Right, this is a follow-up from the last video. Did a video about ants and stuff, and these are more ants in this pot here. What we can see is these are the eggs that have disturbed the nest basically, and the ants are taking the eggs, and what they do, they're programmed to take the eggs to somewhere where it's dark. So if you get loads of ant eggs and scatter them above the soil, they'll just gather them up. They'll take the ones from the top generally first. There you go. And they'll take that under cover, probably from one of these little cracks here. Don't know where he came out of that one. And before you know it, even though there's like about 1,000 eggs or so exposed here just a few minutes ago, I can only see maybe 30 to 50 eggs. That's it now. So it's they're really fast workers. So don't know how much. Don't think it's a huge nest, this actually. Sorry mates. Don't think it's a huge nest, but it's definitely a fair size anyway. And the pot's only this big. But yeah, Mum seems to have a proper ant infestation. I do like ants a lot though, so they don't do that much damage to the soil or the structure. They can help it in some ways. We've taken some dead material down, especially leafcutter ants. If you got those, they actually are very good for the soil because they take they cut off leaves and they take it down into the soil, and it decomposes down and produces nice compost eventually. The only problems you got with ants really is when they're like harvesting. So I've done a little video on this. So it's you got ants here, and what they're doing is placing aphids on various trees and plants and bushes, and when the aphids secrete various products from themselves, let's say, the ants collect and feed off it. Right. But I did see one thing about wild foods actually with ants. I'm not going to say go off and do this, but it was basically a survival technique. It was, if you look up on the internet, you might be able to see it's Bear Grylls. And what he does is he gets a handful of the ants and the eggs, and he throws it off on top of a plastic tarpaulin, and then on one half of the plastic tarpaulin covers it over, so it's basically giving some shade for the ants. And what the ants do is they gather the eggs and take it underneath the tarpaulin, and then after about half hour you've separated the soil and the ants and the eggs, which is and then he ate them, or the eggs that is, not the ants, although he probably ate some ants as well. He eats anything. That's Bear Grylls for you. So if you look up that, Bear Grylls ants, I'm sure you'll be able to find some video footage of that, which would be quite interesting. But there you go. So ants as wild food as well as a pest, and something enjoyable as well. I quite like them anyway. What I did was put the ant nest here and cover it up with a piece of plastic, or just plastic washing basin. And what happens is that the ants move all the eggs onto the surface here, what's underneath the cover. See, all the eggs are there. There's loads of them. Now that it's like got sunlight to it though, so I just picked up about a minute ago. They're moving them all like out again, but yeah, it does work. I thought I'd do the Bear Grylls test, and yeah, so you just as long as it's got a covering there, they go to it, they take all the eggs and pile them up. But as soon as you lift it up to inspect it, it's pretty fast going, and they're moving it away. There's 2 or 3 on that egg over there. Look at that, all those are gone down there. Fast workers. I'm going to put this back in the nest in a second. Been feeding them as well. Found some love hearts, and they seem to like it. Doing a lot of videos about ants at the moment, but here's another pot. So I've just tilted this pot out, so I was going to replant something else into it. But look at this, there you can see all the separate compartments of the ants. Look at that, so all the brooding chambers, I think they call them. all the eggs there, and they're going absolutely frantic trying to move them. So I'm not going to be planting anything in this pot. Wow, this is a lot bigger nest than the other one. There's a king ant in there. There's a queen ant somewhere down there as well. The queen ant, I believe, is the bigger one. The one with the wings on isn't going to fly off to another nest, and the king ant has got wings as well, but smaller. I think it dies after breeding. Wow, that's amazing. I mean, you can really see all the, you know, the way they've like dug out here and everything. You're just not going to get the effect on YouTube, I think, from watching this, but you can really look right in and you can see the whole nest working.